From Memorial Park in Dundas, it's a state Class C amateur baseball tournament. The Brownton Bruins against the Isanti Redbirds coming up. We'll set these teams' lineups in a moment here on NSPN.TV.
Baseball. It's America's pastime and Minnesota's passion. The all-new Neighborhood Sports Network, in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association, brings you coverage of the 2022 State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Coverage of this great Minnesota tradition is proudly brought to you by The Urgency Room, fast, flexible care. McDonald's, owners and operators of Minnesota and Western Wisconsin. Find your golden opportunity at mcdonalds.com/careers. Xfinity, a better way to watch. Think Bank, meet your money. The Star Tribune, your home for the best prep coverage. And by the Minnesota Twins. Get tickets for Town Ball Night at Target Field on September 10th. Live coverage throughout the Town Ball tourney can be seen right here on the Neighborhood Sports Network. That's NSPN.TV. Welcome to the neighborhood. Now, let's get out to the ballpark.
From Memorial Park in Dundas, Steve Thompson along with camera operator Jake Loftus. It is the Isanti Redbirds today taking on the Brownton Bruins. It'll be the second game of the state tournament for Brownton and the opener for Isanti. And weather, big problems on Saturday, a lot of rain. As a result, the first scheduled game of the day here in Dundas, slated for 11 a.m. We'll get it going here. First pitch coming up, scheduled to be at 12:32. Isanti in white, they are the home team. Brownton in yellow tops, they are the visitor. And Seth Schutte playing at third base will lead it off. Starting pitcher Ryan Grams, for Brownton. Starting pitcher for Isanti, TJ Wink. First pitch of the game, a called strike. And we are underway once again. 1 hour and 32 minutes late. Grounds crew here did a great job. A lot of water on the field when I arrived here in Dundas this morning. And we'll have an update on the schedule. A lot of changes in Faribault, Meesville, and here in Dundas for the state tournament. There's one outside, 2-1 the count to the leadoff hitter, Seth Schutte. There's one up high, 3-1 now the count to the leadoff hitter. Brownton won their opener in the tournament, beating Gaylord. Here's one to the gap, center field down for a hit. Center field, Zimprick is over. I'll relay it into the infield. That is a loud single for Schutte to get Brownton going here in the top of the first. So now it's Andy Preve, the right fielder for Brownton. Preve digs in from the left side. I was told before the game, TJ Wink, the starter for Isanti, played some games with the St. Paul Saints once upon a time, squared a bunt. That'll float in outside, ball one. And Wink's had quite a year for the Redbirds. They went 14-1 in conference play in the Eastern Mini Central Division. He'll square the bunt again, lays it down, pitcher off the mound. Wink goes to second for one. That'll be it. So a little bit too hard off the bat of Preve. He'll reach by fielder's choice. Schutte retired 1-6 on the play. No double play opportunity. And now that's going to bring up shortstop Scott Finberg for Brownton. Finberg, wearing number 18, is going to dig in. Another right-handed batter. Wink this year, 6-2 had a save this season. His ERA 2.17, so he is a tough customer and a left-handed pitcher, and he's going to start an important game for Isanti, their first game of the state tournament here in Dundas at Memorial Field. Cloud cover, bit of a breeze, cool day. Throw over to first, runner got back, no he didn't. He got picked off. And now there's 2 away. Finberg still at the plate, the count 0-1. Finally got caught leaning, and it's tough to get a good lead on left-handers because they're staring right at you. And Wink picked him off. There's Finberg. This one fouled out of play, well to the right here at Memorial Park. Great crowd on hand, as you might expect. 4 games scheduled today. They'll play 3. The nightcap here has been moved to Waconia. More on that as we move along. The nightcap in Faribault has been moved to Waconia as well due to expected weather later. 1-2 the count, 2 away, no aboard for Brownton here, top of the first. That pitch, hot shot to first. Stabbed there by Hoagie, and Hoagie will take it to the bag himself. Well, it was hit hard by Finberg, but he is retired, 3 unassisted. So Wink faces a minimum after a half inning of play. Brownton 0, and Isanti coming to bat here on NSPN.TV.
MaxBat will be sponsoring the Maple Slugger Award for this year's state tournament. The winner of the Maple Slugger Award will receive 3 custom bats. MaxBat will also be giving away 6 bats to 2 lucky state participating teams.
All right, let's get you up to date on what Brownton's going to look like defensively in this game. Around the infield, Seth Schutte at third base, Scott Finberg at short, Taylor Schutte at second, Mac Switchtenberg at first base. In the outfield, Cole Matthews in left, Derek Rant in center field, Andy Preve in right for the Brownton Bruins. Behind the plate, Mason Clark on the mound. Ryan Grams, their ace, will be on the mound. Let's try and set that Isanti batting order while we have a moment. Joe Tuhoski will be at shortstop at first. Mitch Dunbar, the DH, will bat second. Wyatt Soderquist in left field bats third. The cleanup hitter at third base, Logan Callis. Batting fifth at first base, Blaze Hoagie. Batting sixth at catcher, Mason Rochelle. Batting seventh, right fielder Brett Tholen. Batting eighth, the second baseman Ethan Smith. Batting ninth, Tristan Zimprick, the center fielder. And here is Tuhoski digging in and looks at strike one from Ryan Grams, the Brownton pitcher. They beat Gaylord, and here's one. Into right center field, that's down for a hit. So both teams get the leadoff man aboard by way of singles. Tuhoski goes to the gap, and right it falls for a hit. Schutte for Brownton in the top of the first went to the gap in left. That'll bring up Mitch Dunbar, the DH, for the Isanti Redbirds. Dunbar on the season, 303, 81 plate appearances, 66 official at bats, 20 hits, 6 doubles, a triple for Dunbar. 1-0 pitch on the way, squares to bunt, fouled to the screen, 1-1 now the count. The Redbirds in white here in Dundas. Of course, coverage of all the state tournament games on NSPN.TV, and we've been sent scrambling to cover games today. I was originally scheduled to be in Meesville for Class B action, but I want bunt laid down. That'll go foul just outside of first base. Pouncing off the mound was Ryan Grams, couldn't get to it, and the count now 1-2 to Mitch Dunbar. Isanti batting bottom of the first. We are scoreless. And there's really no threat of rain, even though it looks like it could rain any moment. Rain not scheduled to be in these parts until this evening, and we could see another line of severe thunderstorms move through southern and central Minnesota, including the metro area. But this field took on a lot of rain. So did they take on a lot of rain at Meesville Play won't resume in Measville, we've heard, until at least 2 o'clock. Grounds crew did a great job here in Dundas getting it ready. Here's one chopped towards short. Finberg has it to second for 1. I'll get the lead runner. Dunbar reaches by a fielder's choice. Dahovsky retired 6-4, so there's one away. A runner at first. That'll bring up Wyatt Soderquist playing in left field today for the Isanti Redbirds. And if you're looking at your bracket, the 7 o'clock game in Faribault and the 7 o'clock game here in Dundas have been moved to Waconia. And those will be afternoon tilts as they try and beat the weather and get games in here on weekend number 2 of the B and C. The 0-1 pitch way outside. Runner goes. He'll steal it. Dunbar had a good jump, and the pitch came outside, and Clark had to stab it. Really had no chance. So now the Redbirds have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. And Soderquist at the plate. The 1-1 pitch on the way. Here's Grams. Hit toward first. Waiting for it. Schutenberg goes to first. Gets the out. Runner moves to third on the play. So 3 unassisted. 2 out. Runner at third base. Logan Callis. So Callis at third base wearing number 5. And whenever I do games, I love that synergy. When someone is wearing the 5 playing at third base, it's a good thing to me. There's one inside, ball 1. Tried to pull the string on it. Missed inside, 1-0 to count. To Callis on the year, 417. 72 at bats, 27 hits, fouled out of play. 1-1 now to count. Callis 10 doubles. Couple of home runs, 30 RBI. Among the team leaders for Isanti. 2-1 now to count. Wyatt Soderquist, team leader with 34 RBI. And there is one outside. 3-1 now to count. Runner at third base is Dunbar. And the batter is Callis. Thanks so much for joining us on NSPN.TV. This one hit high in the air to left center field. They're giving chase, and running it down is left fielder Cole Matthews. So allowed out off the bat of Callis. So Isanti, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We have played one in Dundas, and we are scoreless here on NSPN.TV.
All season long, you've gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball and our hometowns. And on September 10th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Guardians at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the champions will be honored in a ceremony at Town Ball Tavern, and all Town Ballers will be invited down to the field for a special pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
Field Scallon back, has it measured. That's it! Air Freight Unlimited, your Class A state champions.
For tickets to the Minnesota Twins Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 10th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Here we go to inning number 2 in Dundas State C. Tournament action here on this Sunday afternoon. Brownton will send 3, 4, and 5 to the plate. Rant, Schultz, and Grams against TJ Wink. Rant from Woodbury. Played high school ball at McLeod West. Rand playing in center field today. Looks at strike 1. TJ Wink, the pitcher. There's a good pitch strike. Good curveball there. Pitcher Mason Vatschel. There's a swing and a miss. He's retired on 3 pitches. First strikeout for TJ Wink, the Isanti starter. And that's going to bring up DH Nathan Schultz. Schultz from Buffalo Lake. There's a strike. Now TJ Wink, left-hander, working quick, pouring strikes in there. Ahead of 1-1, one away, nobody aboard. Top of the second, there's a swing and a miss. Curveball came in on him. And now it is 0-2, so 5 pitches, 5 strikes for Wink here in inning number 2. Brownton once again wearing yellow. The visitor, they beat Gaylord opening weekend. And now we have time called by the home plate umpire. 2 umpires here for the game. It's again cloudy and breezy. The wind blowing in from left. 335 down the left field line, 370 to left field, 365 to center, but they have the high wall out there. 353 to right, 325 down the line. There's a curveball just outside, 1-2. They tried to get that outside edge, didn't get it. 1-2 now the count. Nice batter's eye out in center field with that higher wall. There's a big swing and a miss. Wink struck out the first 2 batters at inning number 2, and that's going to bring up Ryan Grams, his counterpart, the pitcher today, and he is pitching and wearing number 1. And then the guy waiting on deck, Taylor Schutte, wearing 4 and playing at second. First pitch here. Curveball just inside. 1-0 the count. Had a burger before the game. Are the grills going? Behind the third base dugout. There's a swing and a miss. 1-1 now the count. Just a great setting. They put a lot of money into what was already a great facility in advance of the state tournament. Home of the Dundas Dukes. Memorial Park in Dundas. Just a wonderful setting. There's a strike, 1-2. TJ Wink really getting it done. By the way, Grams, their starter from Norwood Young America. Went to high school at Glencoe Silver Lake. There's one down low, 2-2 the count. Grams sitting in the number 6 spot. Brownton had a hit. That was Seth Schutte to lead off the game. 2-2. 2 away, nobody aboard. Got him looking. So TJ Wink strikes out the side. And after 1.5, we're still scoreless here on NSPN.TV.
Just a reminder, folks, we have blue going down on the third base side. Hot dogs, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, tacos, nachos, cheese curds, and fries. So swing on down there and check it out. Also have the snack shack if you're in the mood for a sweet treat. Don't forget, we have some beer being sold in the grandstand as well.
There we go to the bottom of inning number 2 for Isanti, Hoagie, Voshell, and Tholen.
Leading off the bottom of the second
In a 0-0 ball game.
First baseman, number 9.
For Brownton, Grams on the mound, Clark behind the plate, Schutte at third, Finberg at short, Taylor Schutte at second, Schwichtenberg at first, Matthews in left, Rant in center. Here's one towards second, gobbled up by Taylor Schutte, throw to first. Got him by a step. 4-3 to put out. Leadoff hitter out on a pitch. That's Blaze Hoagie. That'll bring up Mason Voshell, the catcher.
Number 33, Mason Voshell.
Voshell on the year, 337. 86 plate appearances, 29 hits, 7 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs, 28 RBIs, so a key guy in this Isanti Redbird lineup. First pitch, just outside. I think Grams was wondering where that was. Brent Dolan waiting on deck. Here's one hit high in the air to center field. Rant drifts back into his right, makes a catch, and there's quickly 2 away. That'll bring up Brent Dolan, the right fielder.
Right fielder, number 26, Brent Dolan.
Dolan, 17 hits this year, 8 RBI, 250, make that 266 on the season. So Graham's working quickly as well. This is outside ball 1. It's again the covered chairback seating here around home plate between the dugouts, full as you might expect. There's grandstands, good crowd from Brownton down the left field line, and good support from Isanti down the right field line, a smaller grandstand down the right field line. There's a strike now, 2-1 to Tholen. Just can't tell you how great a job the grounds crew did here. This one upstairs is a breeze you can probably hear, picks up a little bit. But there was standing water on the infield dirt. Here's one chopped toward third, backing up, says Schutte, throws across, gets him. Took a step back, still got him. So Isanti goes 1-2-3 in their half of the second. We have played 2 here in the Class A State Tournament from Dundas here on NSPN.TV.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
Star Tribune covers high school sports as passionately as you live them. Don't miss a beat on the games you love. Check out Star Tribune all day, every day for the latest prep news, scores, and so much more.
On to the third we go. For Brownton, bottom third of the order. Taylor Schutte, Mason Clark, and Matt Schwichtenberg. Taylor Schutte, from Waconia, went to high school at McLeod West. Schutte wearing number 4, playing at second base for Brownton. TJ Wink on the mound. Ethan Voschel behind the plate. Logan Callis at third. Joe Tahosky at short. Ethan Smith at second. Blaze Hoagie at first for Isanti. Soderquist, Zinprick, and Tholen in the outfield for the Redbirds. Here's a 1-0 and a swing and a miss, 1-1. Wink struck out the side. Only 3 strikeouts in the game. Hasn't walked anybody. This one hit in the air to right center field. Right fielder goes over. Tholen makes a catch. 1 away. After giving up a leadoff single, he's now retired 6 in a row. That'll bring up catcher Mason Clark. Clark from Waconia, went to high school at Buffalo Lake Hector. And he'll dig in. Looks at the left-hander and a curveball strike. Well, Wink has had him off balance. Isanti had a terrific year. I mentioned 14-1 in conference play. Closing in on 30 wins on the season. There's a strike on the fastball, and he's quickly ahead, 0-2. hardest hit ball was Finberg's line out to end the first. There's one inside edge on 0-2. Just missed. 1-2 now the count. To Clark, the catcher. Schwichtenberg waiting on deck. And now it's 2-2. Jake Loftus, our camera operator, he'll work all 3 games today. 4 were scheduled, now just 3. The nightcap moved to Waconia. We'll have a look at the bracket in a moment. 2-2, swing and a miss, struck him out. That's strikeout number 4 on the day for TJ Wink. And now it's going to bring up the number 9 hitter playing at first base, Matt Schwichtenberg. Schwichtenberg from Waconia went to Mayor Lutheran. And he'll dig in, so it's a lefty-lefty battle here. This will be a tough AB for Schwichtenberg. There's one inside, 1-0. Came inside right away, and Schwichtenberg gets the advantage. Just 3:25 down the line. There's one outside. Out 2-0. Top of the order waiting on deck. Seth Schutte has the only hit in the game for Brownton, and that got us started. He slips and falls and still gets a strike. He slipped, and it'll do a little housekeeping on the mound. Or actually, that one missed. Now it's 2-1. Actually, it was 2-0, now 2-1. So he slipped, still got the strike. Now we're back at it. Nobody aboard. 2 outs here, top of the third. Another strike, 2-2. No runs, 1 hit, no errors per club. Here's Brownton leads off, inning number 3. There's one chopped foul, 2-2. Over toward that dugout on the first base side, occupied by the Isanti Redbirds today. We've got old school sturdy dugouts here in Dundas. That one fouled to the screen. And the count rides along at 2-2. And a lot of work here to sort out the brackets. 2-2. Just outside now, 3-2. Full count, 2 away, nobody aboard. That's Schwichtenberg, the number 9 hitter for Brownton, trying to find a way aboard. 3-2 pitch. Hit in the air to left. Coming on, Soderquist waits for it, makes a catch. So Brownton goes 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the third inning. And we are still scoreless here on NSPN.TV. And let's get you up to date on that bracket while we have a moment right now and kind of sort things out, as they've had to juggle the schedule due to heavy rains at all 3 sites, Faribault, Dundas, and Meesville. Once again, the B games over at Meesville won't start until 2 o'clock. And that'll be the Champlain Park Low-Gators and the Moorhead Brewers picking up their game. Low-Gators had a big lead. They won't start that until 2 o'clock. They have to finish a couple of games there before they get back to regularly scheduled action. But let's focus on the C for a moment right now. We are underway in our game here, Brownton against Isanti. And that was scheduled to start at noon. We actually got started at about 12:32. Now, the night game in Faribault tonight featuring Waconia and Fergus Falls has been moved to this afternoon in Waconia. And the other game scheduled for 7 o'clock tonight here in Dundas. Wilmer and Delano will be over in Waconia this afternoon due to expected severe weather. So we've got that sorted out. So those 2 games are now in Waconia this afternoon. And now let's get back to action here as Isanti bats in the bottom of the third inning in a scoreless game. Number 8 hitter Ethan Smith playing at second base will dig in for the Redbirds. Rams ahead 0-1. Now it's 1-1. Tristan Zimprick, the left fielder, will bat next for Isanti here in the bottom of the third. Then to the top of the order, Joe Druhowski. Here's one towards second. Taylor Schulte on the run, grabs it, throws him, gets him. Good play on the run to get Smith. Now there is one away, and that'll bring up Tristan Zimprick, the left fielder for the Isanti Redbirds.
Now batting center fielder number 6, Tristan Zimprick.
There's one inside. Graham's slid off the mound. They might need to get a little diamond dry out there. Both pitchers have slipped, and that's probably the biggest concern is that plant foot for a pitcher out there. There's one up in the zone, and now 2-0. Now 3-0. Ryan Graham's trying to figure out where that one missed. Mason Clark, the catcher, trying to frame. Now the 3-0. And there's a strike. 3-1. Zimprick was ready to head down to first base, but has to stay put. One away, nobody aboard, bottom of the third. A 3-1 pitch. High and tight. That is a one-out walk for Zimprick. That'll bring up Joe Tahaski playing shortstop. He had a hit to get us started for Isanti.
Joe Tahaski.
Tahalski. First pitch swinging. Down the third base line into foul territory. Over from third base. Seth Schutte couldn't get to it. And it's strike one. The leadoff hitter, already a hit in the ball game today. There's a throw over to first. And the runner gets back. Zimprick found his way aboard via a walk. And now the count 1-1. Tahalski, 31 hits this year. 4 doubles, a couple of triples. There's one outside now, 2-1. 17 RBI in the season, 373 his batting average. There's one outside now, 3-1. So Graham's losing his footing on the mound. He's had a hard time throwing strikes here in the third inning. 3-1 pitch on the way. That one hit in the air, foul again, coming over Schutte to take a look, but that's into the grandstand, just beyond that third base dugout here in Dundas. And the count now 3-2. Runner at first, one away, bottom of the third. No score. There's a pitch. It's a strike. Throw down to second, not in time. And then the runner goes off the bag and he's caught. So Tahalski strikes out. First strikeout victim for Grams. And then Zimprick actually caught stealing. 2-4. That's it. 3 in the books. We're still scoreless here on NSPN.TV.
You should feel good about where you and your money are headed. We can help you build a better relationship with your money, starting with our free Simply Better checking account. When you open an account, you'll also receive a free gift. Get started today. Think Bank. Meet your money.
game one of the day here in Dundas, State Class C tournament. And now the top of the order for Brownton here in the fourth inning. It'll be Seth Schutte, Andy Preve, and Scott Finberg. Schutte started the game with a hit. As he digs in against TJ Wink, who has 4 strikeouts in 3 innings of work, giving up just a hit. Hasn't walked anybody, and there's strike one. 1-0 the count. Or I should say 0-1 the count. There's a curveball missing inside, 1-1. Seth Schutte lives in Chaska. There's one outside now, 2-1. Now 2-2. Wink struck out the side in the second. Has faced the minimum through 3, but Schutte led off the game with a hit. So the no-no not in play. Here's one hit in the air into foul territory. Catcher comes over to take a look. O'Shell, but it's out of play. 3-2 now the count. To Schutte. Schutte reached by single, retired on a bunt attempt. Back to the pitcher, Wink, who threw it out to Holski to retire him 1-6. And then Preve reached on a fielder's choice. 3-2 pitch on the way by TJ Wink. This one hit straight back into foul territory here at Memorial Park. Once again, we'll get B action underway up at Meesville at 2 o'clock. They were going to get going at noon in Faribault as well. But the Class B, Moorhead and Champlain Park, was going to resume at 2 o'clock. That one skips by the catcher. And Schutte's going to reach.
Right fielder, number 21, Andy Preve.
And I think that was a walk, or was that a strikeout? So drop third strike, I guess. That'll bring up Andy Preve, the right fielder. He reached on a fielder's choice, and that one goes foul. I'm going to check between innings, but nevertheless, Seth Schutte reaches to lead off. But I wasn't sure if it was a walk or if it was a strikeout and a drop third strike that got by the catcher of O'Shell. Anyway, the 0-1 pitch from Wink. They throw over to first. Oh, and he's safe. Preve got picked off in the first inning by Wink, and they almost got Schutte there. Wow. He has got a great move, and he almost caught him leaning the wrong way. So it was indeed a walk. We confirmed that. Looked like it was an inside pitch. He lays down a bunt. Pitcher comes off the mound, goes to second again, and got him. The second time in the ball game, Winks pounced off the mound and go to second on a bunt attempt. So
Now batting shortstop, number 18, Scott Finberg.
Preve reaches on a fielder's choice again. Schutte retired. And now it's going to bring up Scott Finberg, who lined out to the first baseman, Blaze Hoagie. Back in inning number 1, he's 0 for 1. Finberg looks at one outside, ball 1. And this one toward the corner and down for a hit. All the way to the fence. Runner around second, headed for third. He'll be held there. It is a one-out double for Scott Finberg into the right field corner. And now Brownton has runners at second and third, and just one away, and their cleanup hitter, Derek Rant, getting ready to dig in. So Finberg to the right field corner. Preeves at third, Finberg at second. Rant, the battery, struck out to lead off inning number 2. Rant lives in Woodbury. Played his high school ball at McLeod West. And he is ready to go. There's one inside. Ball 1. The Wink works inside to him and misses. Rant takes a look down to third base, trying to get a sign. He is their cleanup hitter. Good cut, fouled out of the way. Off to the right, now to play, 1-1. First extra base hit in the game, second hit of the game for Brownton. Should he have the single? Now Finberg, the double. There's one fouled over toward that Brownton dugout. And the count 1-2. Nathan Schultz waiting on deck. Runners at second and third, one away. Top of the 4th inning. Brownton beat Gaylord weekend 1. Isanti playing their first game of the tournament here today. There's one fouled out of play. The breeze helping matters. Help dry things out. There is a lot of humidity in the air, but at least there is a breeze, and it continues to blow in from left field here in Dundas. 1-2 pitch on the way from T.J. Wink. And now we're going to call time. Wink and Voschel trying to get on the same page as they run through the signals with a runner at second base. Switch up those signs with Finberg staring in from Brownton. This one fouled to the screen. Count rides along. Still scoreless here in the top of the 4th inning. So far, no yellow jackets have come out. It's that time of year. 1-2. Chop toward short. Tucholsky comes up, throws to first. Got him. Runner scores. So Rant grounds out 6-3. Preeve scores from third. And Finberg goes to third base. It is 1-0 Brownton here in the 4th. And now that's going to bring up Nathan Schultz, a DH. With a runner at third, now 2 away here in the top of the 4th. I'm going to get the RBI on the ground out. This first pitch swinging high in the air over toward the dugout, first base side, no room. Hoagie came over there. Catcher Voschel came over for the Isanti Redbirds, no room. Now it's 0-1 to Schultz, who struck out for out number 2. In inning number 2. He is 0 for 1 in the game. Another one fouled out of play, 0-2. Good cut. So the walk to Schutte. 0-2 pitch outside 1-2. And Preeve reached on a fielder's choice. Schutte retired 1-6. And Finberg, the double, put runners at second and third, then Rant grounds out to plate that runner from third. 1-0 Brownton. 1-2 pitch. Just missed. Grandstand umpires didn't like that. 2-2. 2 away, top of the 4th. Curveball, strike 3, caught him looking. 5th strikeout of the game for Wink, but Brownton gets the first run of the game. They get a run on a hit. They leave one. And after 3.5, Brownton leading Isanti 1-0 here on NSPN.TV.
Leading off the bottom of the fourth inning for the Isanti Redbirds, DH number 18, Mitch Dunbar.
And here we go into the bottom of the fourth inning. 2, 3, and 4 for Isanti. Dunbar, Soderquist, and Callis as they trail 1-0 and face Ryan Grams, and that is strike one. Dunbar, the DH, reached via fielder's choice and then stole a base, left stranded. It's at ball 1, 1-1. There's a pitch down low, 2-1 to Mitch Dunbar. Dunbar on the year scored 25 runs, 20 hits, 6 doubles, had a triple, 9 RBI, 303 on the season. Two pitch, outside now 3-2. Trying to get aboard. 1 walk given up so far by Grams. He struck out 1 as well. Here's one hit high in the air into shallow left. Matthews coming on and makes a catch. Had to come a long way. 1 away, nobody aboard, and that'll bring up Wyatt Soderquist. Shortstop Finberg came out and decided to give way to Matthews. Here's Wyatt Soderquist playing in left. Out on a ground out to first. There's one down in the dirt. Ball 1, 1-0. Tucholsky had the leadoff hit. They have not had the leadoff man aboard since. 1-1 now. Outside 2-1. Soderquist from Isanti. And here's one chopped toward short, cut off by the third baseman, says Schutte. Got him in time, good play. Schutte cut it off, threw it on the run and got him. 2 away, nobody aboard, and that'll bring up Logan Callis, the cleanup hitter, playing at third base. Callis 0 for 1 in the ball game. And there is ball 1. Callis from Little Falls. There's a pitch that just missed, not by much, 2-0 to count. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Brownton leading at 1-0. They have a run on 2 hits. Isanti no runs and 1 hit. No errors in the game on either side. Pitch from Callis. There's a strike inside edge. 2-2 the count. Still a pretty good breeze blowing through here. And here's one down for a hit into right center field. One hopper grab by the right fielder, Andy Preve. That'll be the second hit of the game for Callis, or for Isanti. First hit of the game for Callis, and that'll bring up Blaze Hoagie. Hoagie grounded out in inning number 2. He's 0 for 1. Hits are even at 2 apiece. Brownton leading in the most important category on the scoreboard, 1-0. Here in the bottom of the fourth, here's Graham's pitch outside and high. Ball 1, 1-0. Second game of the day coming up, Webster against Monticello. That'll be approximately 30 minutes after this one. Here from Dundas. 2-0 pitch on the way here to Hoagie. That one hit high in the air on the infield toward third. Schutte waiting, now the shortstop Finberg grabs it. And the side is retired, so Isanti gets a hit. They leave one, and after 4, Brownton leading Isanti 1-0 here on NSPN.TV.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
And welcome back to Memorial Park here in Dundas. And we go to the 5th inning. Brownton, the visitor, and leading 1-0 over Isanti. The first game of the day of the Class C state tournament, weekend number 2. And it's 6, 7, and 8. Graham's Taylor Schutte and Mason Clark for the Bruins against TJ Wink, who struck out 5 through 4. There's a swing and a miss. Struck out the side in the second inning, including his counterpart Ryan Grams, who leads off this 5th inning for the Bruins. They're coming out of that third base dugout. And the 0-1 pitch on the way. Inside, 1-1. Tell you about what's going on in Meesville in a little bit in the B. All sorts of scheduling problems there. Here's one hit high in the air on the infield. Hoagie coming over from first. Long run. Gets there by the fence. Good play by Hoagie. Right over by the dugout. Good play.
Now batting second baseman, number 4, Taylor Schutte.
Now Taylor Schutte playing at second base. He popped out to lead off inning number 3. There was a fly ball to right field. He's 0 for 1. Once again from Waconia, played at McLeod West. Waconia is going to get a couple of state tournament games today due to the weather and all the heavy rains they've seen in Faribault and here in Dundas and over in Meesville. So Waconia will get 2 games. They're ready to go. Of course, a previous state tournament host, great facility there. There was a strike a moment ago, 1-1 now the count. 1 away, nobody aboard. Brownton here in the 5th. There's one inside now, 2-1. They're going to host some state tournament action. Once again, threat of severe weather again tonight in the area. Fly ball to center, shortstop out, center fielder in. And that is Zimprick. Tristan Zimprick making the catch. And there's quickly 2 away, and that'll bring up catcher Mason Clark. Nobody aboard. Clark was strikeout victim number 4, TJ Wink. For out number 2 in the 3rd inning. There's a big swing and a miss by Clark, the catcher. 0-1. There is a curve ball. Grandstand umpires didn't like that. Didn't miss by much. 1-1. 2 away, nobody aboard, top of the 5th. Brownton leading at 1-0. There's a swing and a miss. 1-2 now the count. So coming up at 2 o'clock. Champlain Park and Moorhead will resume at 2 in Meesville. Blaine and Dundas will resume 30 minutes after that. And then we'll see. The latest is the Avon St. Martin game will resume 30 minutes following the conclusion of Blaine Dundas. These games were started. Here's one toward the hole and through. Seeing eye ground ball for Mason Clark. That is the third hit of the ball game for Brownton, and it comes with 2 outs and nobody aboard here in the 5th. That'll bring up the third baseman. Schwichtenberg will bat for Brownton. Schwichtenberg hit a fly ball to left to end inning number 3. Is 0 for 1. He's got a runner at first here in the 5th. And looks at strike 1 from TJ Wink. Seth Schutte had a leadoff single in the 1st. The double for Scott Finberg in the 4th. And now that single by Clark. That seeing eye ground ball got under the glove of Callis at 3rd. And Tucholsky at short for Isanti. I mean, in the dictionary, that play is the seeing eye ground ball. Here's one chopped foul back to the screen. 1-1. A little bit further to the left. Easy play for Callis. A little bit further to the right. Easy play for Tucholsky. Instead, it's a 2-out single. Schwichtenberg waiting for the 1-2. This one hit in the air to center field on the line. Zimprick can't get to it. Down for a hit. So back-to-back 2-out singles for Brownton. They have a threat brewing here in the 5th. Top of the order says Schutte. Schutte playing down at third base, had a single in the 1st. And then was retired on the bunt attempt by Preve. And then walked and was retired again, or erased, in the 4th on another bunt attempt. So here he is with runners at first and second and 2 out. Probably not bunting here. There's a curveball outside, ball 1-0. Not going out on a limb to say that he's not bunting in this spot. He is swinging away with his team up 1-0. 4 hits on the board here in the top of the 5th. Here's one hit high in the air on the infield. Ethan Smith at second calls it, puts it away. So Brownton gets a couple of hits. They leave 2. And after 4.5, they lead 1-0 here in Dundas. Our camera operator is Jake Loftus. Always good to work with Jake. We are in Dundas at Memorial Field today for this Class C state tournament action between Brownton and Isanti. And as we mentioned, Webster and Monticello was scheduled at 1:30. That game will start 30 minutes following this one here in Dundas. Faribault, Dundas, and Meesville, the host sites for this year's Class B and Class C state tournaments. All the games here on NSPN.TV, the Neighborhood Sports Network. Here's Isanti in the bottom of the 5th. Catcher Mason Voschel Fly ball to center field in inning number 2. He's 0 for 1 and looks at ball 1. Tholen and Smith waiting on deck. 6, 7, and 8 in their order. Now 2-0 the count. Ryan Grams has done a good job. Scattered a couple of hits. Struck out 1 and walked 1 so far in the ball game. And now it's 3-0 to the leadoff hitter Voshell, the catcher. There's a pitch upstairs and a 4-pitch walk. Second walk of the game given up, and now it's Brent Tholen, the right fielder. Tholen grounded out to end inning number 2. He's 0 for 1. Voshell's from Malacca. Now it's Tholen batting, and he is from Isanti. There's one fouled to the screen, 0-1. Trying to get a bunt down and fouled it back. Big thanks to the Minnesota Baseball Association for having us back for another year of state tournament action. Streaming all the games on NSPN.TV. There's another bunt attempt. That'll go foul, and 0-2. And now Tholen in a bit of a hole. Tholen 256 on the year. 17 hits. 5 doubles on the season. Tholen's driven in 8 for the Redbirds this season. And in an 0-2 hole. There's called strike 3. So the 2 bunt attempts put him in a hole, and he strike out victim number 2 for Ryan Grams. And with the runner still at first and 1 away, that'll bring up Ethan Smith playing at second base. Smith grounded out to second to lead off inning number 3. Is 0 for 1. Grams working from the stretch, checks the runner and delivers. That one fouled out of play to the right. We still have a breeze blowing in from left field, but not nearly as strong as it was earlier in the ball game. Breeze has lightened up a little bit. Lob throw over to first. Runner dives back. No problem. The runner is Voshell. Led off with a 4-pitch walk. And then Tholen struck out. This one to hit in the air toward right field. Preeve toward the line. Gets there. The runner scampers back to first base. Nice play by Andy Preeve, the Brownton right fielder. Charging toward the line. Smith is retired. That is a terrific play. That'll bring up Tristan Zimprick. Zimprick, the center fielder, walked and then was caught stealing to end the third. Or I should say out number 2 in the third. Now I think about it, it was actually a strike him out, throw him out in the third for Isanti. Nevertheless, it's a 1-0. And there's the strike now, 1-1. Runner at first, 2 away, bottom of the 5th. And as you can see, the Bruins have the lead. This one into right center field and down for a hit. Runner goes around second. He's chugging into third. And Isanti has runners at the corners with 2 out. On a single by Tristan Zimprick. Third hit of the game for the Redbirds. And now we go to the top of the order and Joe Tucholsky. Tucholsky, 31 hits, 4 doubles, 2 triples, 17 RBI in the season. And now we got Bruins gathering on the mound to discuss strategy here. So Voshell hustles around second, heads to third after the single by Zimprick. Totals at the moment 1-4-0 for Brownton. Isanti 0-3-0. And the home plate umpire breaks up the party, and we get back at it. Tucholsky making his third plate appearance. He is 1 for 2, had a single in the first, and then struck out in the third. So Tucholsky, the shortstop for Isanti, and a chance to tie the ball game or more right here in the fifth. The first pitch from Grams. Gets by the catcher. Here comes the runner from third. We're tied. So the wild pitch. Score is Vauchel. Zimprick goes down to second. Still 2 out. Runner at second. And Tucholsky at the plate. And the count is 1-0. Graham's pitch. Slap toward third. Stabbed by Schutte. Across the diamond. Got him on a play. Seth Schutte with a web gem. Stabs that one. And throws out Tucholsky 5-3. But Isanti gets a run on a hit, and they leave one. And we have played 5, and we're tied at 1 here on NSPN.TV.
Star Tribune covers high school sports as passionately as you live them. Don't miss a beat on the games you love. Check out Star Tribune all day, every day for the latest prep news, scores, and so much more.
We are back in Dundas as we move to inning number 6. For Brownton, it'll be 2, 3, and 4. Preve, Finberg, and Rant against TJ Wink. Wink's given up a run on 4 hits, and he has struck out 5. And he hasn't walked anybody. Brownton in the 5th had a couple of 2-out hits, but those runners were stranded. Brownton so far in the game has stranded 3 runners. Here's Andy Preve playing in right field, reaching on the fielder's choice in the first, reached on the fielder's choice and scored in the 4th. Here's Preve. One inside, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Game's underway in Faribault as well. They were going to get started, or try to get started at noon. Here it was 12:32 first pitch. And that one inside to Preve, 2-0. And then Meesville, once again, they're not scheduled to start until 2 o'clock today when they resume Moorhead against Champlain Park in the B. The Low Gators had a big lead. Then they'll resume Dundas and Blaine later. Meesville's already through in the B. And now it's a 3-1 count to Andy Preve, the right fielder for Brownton. Now we have time called. That breeze is picked up again. You can probably hear it in our microphones here in Dundas. Here's that 3-1 way outside, and it's a walk, a leadoff walk. And the first walk given up by Wink. As I mentioned, he struck out 5, but hadn't walked anybody until that. Actually, my mistake, second walk. He had walked Schutte in the 4th, and now gives up his second walk. My bad. That'll bring up Finberg. Finberg lined out in the 1st, and had that double in the 4th. Big swing and a miss and a curveball, 0-1. 1 pitch on the way from T.J. Wink, the left-hander. Good move over to first. Picked off one. Almost picked off another. Here's a fly ball to right. Tholen back toward the track. Makes the catch. Little fly ball out. Runner at first. Now 1 away, and that'll bring up Rant. He struck out in the second and then grounded out. Picked up an RBI in the 4th for the lone Bruin run. 0 for 2, but an RBI for Derek Rant, the center fielder. Rant, the open stance. Got that guard on his lower shin, top of his left foot. Want to know the count. 1 away, runner at first. Brownton, top of the 6th. Here's one back toward the box, over the netting and out of play. They've got top-notch netting here in Dundas. Really doesn't distract you from the action at all. Just a gorgeous setup. One of the great parks here in the state. Throw over to first. Runner gets back. This is a big lead over there for Preve. And he was able to get back no problem. 1-0 pitch on the way. Here to Rant. Another curveball. Swings through it. 1-2. They've got merchandise behind that first base dugout. Concessions. And then, of course, the grills, etc. The beard tent behind the third base dugout. 1-2 pitch coming up from Wink. Chopper foul. Just got a part of it. And we'll do it again. Bronson's run comes in the 4th. Isanti answers bottom of the 5th. Here we are in the 6th. T.J. Wink looks over. That curveball missing 2-2. When I got to the ballpark this morning, little before 11 with game scheduled at noon, I said I'm here to do the game on NSPN.TV, and they waved me through, and they said, do you want a wristband, or are you going to have beer? And I said, probably not a good idea. No beers during the webcast. That one missed somewhere. Grandstand umpire howling, and now it's 3-2. But it was nice she asked, but I don't need a wristband for a beer. Maybe after my second game of the day, when I'm done for the day, I might have one. Runner goes. I got him picked off. Over to first, now down to short. Shortstop running him back. And the runner's going to be tagged down there. Hoagie finally puts the tag on him, and now there's 2 away. Second base running error of the game for Brownton. They had a runner picked off first. That was Preve. And now Preve again gets caught in the rundown. I'm going to write down 3-6-3. And now with 2 away and nobody aboard, the batter is still Rant. And he is in a full count. It is a 1-1 ball game. Here in the 6th inning, that 3-2. Stroke to the gap in left center field. That is down for a hit. That'll go all the way to the fence. And that'll be a double for Rant. So that base running error cost Brownton. And now it'll bring up Nathan Schultz, the DH, batting in the 5-hole. Rant strokes a double. 5th hit of the ball game for Brownton. And now Schultz struck out twice with a chance to give the Bruins the lead back. And now we got visit to the mound. Steve Allen, manager for Isanti, out of the dugout wearing number 1. He's talking to his pitcher, T.J. Wink. But Rant hit it well. Humid day, heavy air, and into the breeze that's blowing in from left field. And that got all the way to the fence. Finally run down by Soderquist. They relay it in after that 2-0 double. So Preve getting picked off. Looms large for Brownton, but a chance for Schultz. With 2 away and a runner in second, top of the 6th. Going away, ball 1. Callis at third, Tucholsky at short, Smith at second, Hoagie at first. O'Shell behind the plate for Isanti. This one hit foul out of play, straight back. Soderquist in left, Zimprick in center, Tholen in right for the Redbirds. As they try and punch their ticket to the final weekend of the Class C tournament. Winner here advances to Labor Day weekend. Curveball, chop foul. We're toward that Brownton dugout. And now it's 1-2. Wink trying to get out of the 6th. Taking his time out there. He stares in for a signal from his catcher, O'Shell. Curveball up high. 2-2. Walk and a double in the inning. But the Bruins weren't able to cash in. Neither team's committed an error today. Been a clean game. That's what you like to see. Good pitching, good defense. Been a good ball game so far. Both teams have an extra base hit. There's one inside. Did it hit him? That may have skipped off the dirt. Looked like it may have hit him. It allows, nevertheless, Rand to move from second to third. Boy, the umpire says no as Schultz stays in there. Came really close to hitting him on the front foot. The count is 3-2. Runner at third and 2 away. And Schultz right back in there. TJ Wink, can he get him? This one hit in the air to center field, and that's down for a hit by the center fielder all the way to the fence. Rand scores easily. Schultz has a 2-out RBI double, and Brownton back on top, 2-1. An RBI double for Schultz. And now the batter's going to be pitcher Ryan Grams, and we have another mound visit. And Isanti's going to go to the bullpen. That's going to be the end of the line for starting pitcher TJ Wink. And a 2-1 ball game here in the top of the 6th. We'll take a break and come back here on NSPN.TV.
PrepSpotlight.tv made history in 2020 by live streaming every game of the Town Ball State Tournament. History is happening again. PrepSpotlight.tv has been great, but it's becoming greater. Introducing NSPN.TV. The Neighborhood Sports Network launches this week with end-to-end coverage of a fantastic Minnesota sports tradition, Town Ball. See every game for a new fan-friendly monthly fee. Join for Town Ball State Tournament games, then stay for the high school and college seasons. NSPN.TV will provide subscribers with an abundant supply of local sports content, featuring live events called by local play-by-play professionals, comprehensive highlights, featured stories, weekly shows, documentaries, and video podcasts. Welcome to the neighborhood, NSPN.TV.
And welcome back to Dundas. Here we are at top of the 6th inning. And we have a pitching change, and Isanti goes to the bullpen. Jimmy Scrott will come in. He's a draftee from North Branch. So the starting pitcher, T.J. Wink, responsible for the runner at second base. So far for Brownton, 2 runs, 6 hits. That'll bring up Ryan Grahams, the pitcher for Brownton. Runner at second base is Schultz. Hit that RBI double. And the Bruins have had 2 doubles in the inning, plus a walk. A run in, they're up 2-1. That foul to the screen. Rock. Hard thrower. Kicks that leg out. The 0-1. Upstairs, look out. 1-1. A low bridge there for the pitcher, Ryan Grahams. 1-1. Wow. He can bring it. And Grahams just kind of ducks out of the way. Here's one inside. Another fastball, 2-1. Again, Skrock. Draftee from North Branch with Isanti inside, now 3-1. Taylor Schutte waiting on deck for the Bruins. There's a walk inside. That runner's at first and second. That'll bring up Schutte playing at second base. Couple of fly ball outs for Schutte. Brownton 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Isanti 1 run, 3 hits and no errors. Brownton batting top of the 6th. Big swing and a miss. Good cut, but he came up empty. Schutte the batter. Check of the runner. Inside, 1-1. Skrock rears back and fires. Takes something off that curveball strike. Now 1-2, good pitch. Trying to get out of it. Here's a fastball hit in the air to center field. Going back. Zimprick makes a play in front of the scoreboard. But Brownton gets a run. On 2 hits, they leave 1. And after 5.5, they lead it in this Class C state tournament game 2-1. They're on NSPN.tv. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Isanti trailing 2-1, and they will send 2, 3, and 4 to the plate. Dunbar, Soderquist, and Callis against Ryan Grahams, who's gone all the way so far for the Brownton Bruins on this Sunday afternoon in Dundas. Breeze continues to blow in from left field in the first pitch of the inning. Here's a strike. Dunbar, the DH, reached on a fielder's choice in the first, stole a base. Was left stranded and the fly ball to left. Ball 1-1. Soderquist and Callis due up for Isanti here in the inning. This one hit in the air to right field, and it's going to go over the right fielder's head. Preeve can't get to it. It goes all the way to the fence. Runner at second. He's headed for third. The relay not in time. It's a leadoff triple for Dunbar. And Isanti, just like that, has the tying run in scoring position. That'll bring up Wyatt Soderquist. Preeve went to his right, and it got by him and went all the way to the wall. And now it's Soderquist. He's 0 for 2. First and third in. And there's strike one from Grams. Fourth hit of the game for Isanti. And here's one hit in the air to right. Carrying deep. Off the fence. That is a booming double by Soderquist. And we're tied. With that RBI double, Dunbar walks home. That'll bring up Logan Callis playing at third base. So a triple and a double. And the Redbirds have tied it up here in the bottom of the sixth. And now we have a meeting on the mound. And Doug Schutte out of there for Brownton. Meeting with his catcher, his pitcher, and everybody on the infield. And Graham's not coming out of the game, but I would assume the leash is short. With Callis, the cleanup hitter. He had a fly ball to left in the first and a single in the fourth. 5 hits now for Isanti. 2-2 ball game. Pitch upstairs, ball one. Rams from Norwood Young America played at Glencoe Silver Lake. Here's one hit high in the air to center field. Rant to his right, waiting, makes the catch. Runner bluffs the tag, but he's not going anywhere. So Callis hit it way up in the air to center field, one away. Soderquist still at second. That'll bring up Blaze Hoagie playing at first base. He's 0 for 2. A ground out and a pop out on his resume today. He's playing down at first base. Hoagie tall and lanky, digging in from Isanti. And looks at ball one. One away, a run in. 2-6-0 for Brownton. Isanti 2-5-0 in the bottom of the sixth. There's one outside, 2-0. Waiting on deck, Boschel, the catcher. Here's one hit in the air to center field, coming on. Rant, running, dives, can't get it. Falls into no man's land. Runner goes into third, throw goes by third, and the runner will score. No, he's thrown out at the plate from foul territory. Well, a gamble by Soderquist. Hoagie gets the hit. Soderquist goes to third. The throw to third gets by Schutte, and they still throw him out at the plate. Wow. We're still tied at 2, and we have a runner at second base, and that's Hoagie. So Hoagie gets a single, advances on the throw to second base. And now we're going to get the umpires meeting near the pitcher's mound. And Steve Allen, the Isanti manager, is talking about it, and they're going to still rule the runner out. That's Soderquist. So the throw from the outfield came into third base, got by, went into foul territory, And Soderquist tried to score and was retired. The bottom line is there's 2 out. The runner at second is Hoagie, and the batter is the catcher Voschel. Walked and scored a run in the 5th. Fly ball to center field in the 2nd. There's a curveball strike. We are still tied at 2. Both teams have scored so far in the 6th. Isanti's still batting. This one stroked towards short. Grabbed on a hop by Finberg. It's throw-in time. So Voschel retired 6-3. Isanti gets a run on 3 hits, and they leave 1. And after 6 complete, we're tied at 2 here on NSPN.TV.
Join our team while supporting yours. The all-new Neighborhood Sports Network, NSPN.TV, is looking for camera operators and broadcasters for our live game streams. The atmosphere of sporting events can't be beat. Be a part of the action with flexible scheduling and guaranteed game rate pay. If you're a student or adult looking for an opening into the world of sports media, or to just make a little extra cash, send us an email at jobs@nspn.tv. Welcome to the neighborhood.
We move to the 7th inning, and that grounds crew here in Dundas is out on the field right now, and they did a phenomenal job getting the park ready for the games today. They were scheduled to start at 11. When I arrived a little before 11, there was still standing water on the infield, and they did a ton of work, and the field's in terrific shape. We saw both starting pitchers slip a little bit on the mound, but not a big deal. They have done a great job here in Dundas. And the grounds crews and all the facilities for these state tournaments, Faribault, Meesville, and once again here in Dundas, really getting it done. So we go to the 7th, and it's dead even. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Brownton. Same deal for Isanti. And Jimmy Skrock pick up from North Branch in there for Isanti, draftee. Voschel behind the plate, Callis at third, Tucholsky at shortstop, Smith at second, Hoagie at first, Soderquist in left, Zimprick in center field, and Tholen in right. And it's 8-9-1 for the Bruins here in the top of the 7th. Clark has a single and a strikeout, 1 for 2. Fouls it to the screen, 0-1. Clark the catcher. Prototypical catcher, big sturdy guy. Now a strike. 0-2 to Clark. 5 strikeouts for Redbird pitching. There's one high and away, 1-2. Although those strikeouts for TJ Wink, he's responsible for 2 runs and 6 hits. There's a strikeout for Clark, his second of the day, and the 6th overall for Isanti pitching.
Now batting first baseman number 23 is Matt Schwichtenberg.
Matt Schwichtenberg will dig in. Showed bunt. Lets it go by. That is ball 1, 1-0. Schwichtenberg had a single in the 5th and a fly ball to left. In inning number 3 is 1 for 2. There's the strike, 1-1. Skrock. There's a foul. That one hurts. Fouled that off his leg, and he's going to walk that off. Going to grab the bat. He's going to get a visit. From Doug Schutte. Make sure everything's okay. So Schwichtenberg dig back in there, 1-2 count. Catcher and umpire. Umpire's going to give him more time, doused off the plate. Now we're ready to go. Schwichtenberg digs in. Number 9 hitter in the order. He does have one of 6 hits, fouled to the screen. Coming right back to the camera. Netting does its job. That might have damaged the camera. 1-2. That one toward third. Stabbed there by Callis. His throw in time. Good play. Excellent defensive game so far. 2 away. We go to the top of the Brownton order, and this will bring up Seth Schutte. Schutte had a single in the first, a walk in the fourth, and then popped out to second in the fifth. There's 1 for 2 with that walk. Schutte playing down at third base. Done a fine job over there for the Bruins today. And that one upstairs. Ball 1, 1-0. Clouds have thinned out a little bit. That one fouled out of play.
And that's a $1 foul ball, courtesy of Chuck Bruin.
We got one already in the books in Faribault. How about that? Mark beat Bemidji 7-2. This one gets the catcher, Vauchel. Takes the mask off, and he's going to walk that one off. Teams that have already advanced to weekend number 3 of the state tournament in Class C. Jordan will play Bluffton next Saturday at 11 a.m. in Dundas. Nisswa will play New Ulm next Saturday in Faribault at 4:30. St. Patrick's through. They'll play next Saturday at 4:30 in Dundas. Buckman through. They'll play next Saturday at 1:30 here in Dundas. And there's a strikeout. Second strikeout of the inning for Scott. And Brownton goes down 1-2-3. It is stretch time here in Dundas, and we're tied at 2 here on NSPN.TV. Back to the bracket. Red Wing is through. They'll play in Faribault next Saturday at 11 a.m. against the winner of the Loretto-Bird Island game. And once again, Stark, the Longhorns beat the Bemidji Blue Ox 7-2 the final. And they were moving right along because I actually think they probably got started right at noon. We didn't get started until 12:30. And that's why that one went final. So appreciate the scoreboard update. Now we go to the bottom of the 7th for Isanti in a 2-2 ball game. And it'll be the bottom third of the order. Tholen, Smith, and Zimprick. Tholen 0 for 2. A ground out in the second, a strikeout in the 5th against Ryan Grams, the Brownton starter. That is ball 1, 1-0. Thanks so much for joining us on the Neighborhood Sports Network, NSPN.TV. Glad to be back at the state tournament. Once again, scheduled changes galore this morning. Andy Price working the phones. There's a chopper towards short. Grabbed by Finberg. Up with it. What a good play. Tholen retired. One away, and that'll bring up Ethan Smith playing at second. Smith had a ground out in the third and a fly ball to right in the 5th. Phenomenal play by Andy Preve to run that one down.
Number 15, Ethan Smith.
So Smith up for the Redbirds here. Andy looks at ball 1. Smith from Oak Grove Township. There's a strike, 1-1. And if memory serves, that's on the northern fringe of Anoka County, not quite Isanti County. 1-1, one away, nobody aboard. Bottom of the 7th. We're tied at 2, and there's a strike. Smith doesn't like the call, and now it's 1-2. And the home plate umpire exhibits a little displeasure there. There's one slap just foul down the right field line. Smith tries to go the other way, 1-2. Umpire directed him right back into the batter's box. 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Stabbed there by Clark. Number 8 hitter in the Isanti order. This one fouled out of play. Got a good hack. And 2-2 the count. As we mentioned, next game coming up here, Webster against Monticello. Webster beat Milroy 10-3 on opening weekend here at the C. Count rides along 2-2, one out, nobody aboard here, bottom of the 7th. Brownton and Isanti, 2-6-0. Very even ball game. That one just up high, 3-2. Grandstand umpires again wanted strike 3. They don't get it. They don't get it there. 2 games have been moved to Waconia. One, the nightcap in Faribault. The other, the nightcap here in Dundas, and that's a walk. Hard-fought walk for Smith. And that, the third walk given up by Grams. And now it's Tristan Zimprick, the center fielder. Walked in the 3rd, had a single in the 5th. He lays down a bunt toward the pitcher. Grams off the mound to second. And they got him. And it's the 3rd time in the game we've seen a bunt go right back to the pitcher, and the pitcher wheel and throw to second. Isanti pulled it off twice. And now Brownton does the trick. So Zimprick reaches on the fielder's choice. Smith is retired 1-6. And now Joe Toholsky, top of the order, had a single to start the ball game for the Redbirds, struck out in the 3rd, grounded out in the 5th. And looks at ball 1. Breeze has been generally consistent, blowing in from left. Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw down to second, not in time, stolen base. Zimprick gets a steal. Moves the go-ahead run into scoring position with 2 out here in the 7th. And Toholsky still at the plate looking at a 1-1 count. Ryan Grams, the starter for Brownton, still in there. And now we got time called. Breeze taking the edge off the humidity today. There's no doubt about it. I'm glad there's a breeze. Here's a chopper toward first. Schwichtenberg grabs it, throws it to the pitcher, covering Grams. Good fundamental play. 3-1 the putout, so no damage done here in the 7th. Isanti gets a base runner. They leave that base runner stranded, and after 7 complete, we are still tied at 2 here on NSPN.TV.
You should feel good about where you and your money are headed. We can help you build a better relationship with your money, starting with our free Simply Better checking account. When you open an account, you'll also receive a free gift. Get started today. Think Bank. Meet your money.
Such news! It's everything I ever wanted!
Here we go to the 8th in Dundas State Class C tournament action. Brownton will send 2, 3, and 4 to the plate. Preve, Finberg, and Rant. Preve reached on the fielder's choice in the first, in the fourth, and then walked in the sixth. And it looks at strike one. Jimmy Scratch took over in the sixth for TJ Wink, the Isanti starter. Rock out of North Branch, draftee. Now he's ahead 0-2 against Preve. There's a chopper towards second. Smith grabs it and throws him out. Going to bring up Scott Finberg. Lined out to first in the first, doubled in the fourth, and a fly ball to right in the sixth. Booming double in the fourth.
Shortstop number 18, Scott Finberg.
Tight ball game, well played, good pitching, and spotless D. And really the only gaffe was that throw from right field to third base. But it didn't really matter because the runner was caught trying to score. It's a big swing and a miss, now 1-2 to Finberg, the number 3 hitter in the Bruins order. Rant waiting on deck. 1-2 pitch on the way. Hit high in the air into foul territory. Hoagie coming over. Well out of play. The catcher as well, Voshell, came over. But absolutely no room. And the count rides along at 1-2. And they are underway now up in Meesville, Champlin Park, and Moorhead. Low Gators lead at 8-2 in the fifth. That game suspended due to bad weather last night. By the way, that miss is 2-2 now to count to Finberg. So State B action underway here on NSPN.TV in Meesville. 3-2 now to count. One away, nobody aboard for Brownton here in the top of the eighth. 2-6-0 for both teams. Jimmy Scrock, relief pitcher here for the Redbirds, and that's fouled out of play. Count rides along. And it was still raining this morning in Meesville, and that's why they pushed the start of or resumption of play today until 2 o'clock. They needed that time to get it ready. There's one down in the dirt. And Finberg gets a walk. Second walk given up by Scrock. Third or fourth overall given up by Isanti pitching. And now it's going to bring up Rant. Struck out in the second, grounded out with an RBI in the fourth. And then had that double, or actually that triple. And scored a run in the sixth. Throw over to first. Ball gets away from the pitcher, goes over to third. Runner can't move up. Actually Rant with the double in the run scored in the sixth. There's a big swing and a miss. One on one the count, one away, runner at first for Brownton here in the eighth. The runs came in the fourth and the sixth. For Isanti, they get runs in the fifth and the sixth. Now there's outside 2-1. Derek Rant, the center fielder. It's just been a tight ball game from the get-go. Very even. This one fouled to the screen, straight back. He was on it, and he knew it. And you could see as he stepped away from the plate, it's like, ah! I wanted that pitch. Count 2-2. There's a swing and a miss, struck him out. Third strikeout for Scrock. 8th overall for Isanti pitching. And that'll bring up Schultz, the DH. Schultz struck out in the 2nd, again in the 4th, and then that RBI double in the 6th. That gave Brownton the lead at 2-1. Fouls had out of play 0-1. Had a good hack, but fouled it out of play. Another field behind us. That's gigantic parking lot for the state tournament. Here's one hit high and foul. That'll go out of play. Into those bleachers down the first base line. Bigger set of bleachers outside the third base dugout. And a very nice crowd here in Dundas on this Sunday afternoon. Count is 0-2 to Schultz, the DH, hitting in the number 5 spot for the Bruins. Curveball hit him. First hit batter of the game. And now Brownton put runners at first and second with 2 away. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Ryan Grams. Struck out in the 2nd. Fouled out to first in the 5th. And then walked in the 6th. So Grams can help his own cause right here in the top of the 8th inning. Runners at first and second. The pitch, right straight back. And the fact that that foul tip didn't catch the umpire is a miracle. And I'm sure the umpire is like, boy, I'm glad that didn't hit me. 0-1 the count. Grams, swing and a miss, 0-2. So Jimmy Skrock pitching for Isanti, drafty out of North Branch. Pitch away from getting out of the 8th. We'll check that lead runner at second. Stare him down, come to the plate. Up high, ball 1, 1-0, 1-2 now. One, two, down low, 2-2. Everybody was waiting. The umpire didn't flinch. And now it is 2-2. Long check of that lead runner by Skrock. The pitch back to the screen again. There is a ball hung up in the screen right behind home plate. Can't see it in your picture, but thought maybe that one would jar it loose, but it didn't. 2-2, 2 away. Runners at first and second. Top of the 8th. And the pitch toward first. Gobbled up by Hoagie. He'll go to the bag and retire the side. Hit pretty well the other way by Grams, but he grounds out, 3 unassisted. Brownton strands 2, a walk and a hit batter. And after 7.5, it is still 2-2 here on NSPN.TV. So still to come here in Dundas. Webster and Monticello. About 30 minutes after the completion of this game. And then the final game of the day here will be at Loretto. The Larks against the Bird Island Bullfrogs. The nightcap here in Faribault has been moved to Waconia. So here we go to the bottom of the 8th inning for Isanti. Dunbar, the DH, Soderquist, the left fielder, and Callis at third base. And still out there, Ryan Grams wearing number 1, the starting pitcher for the Brownton Bruins. Both teams 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Curveball strike. The Dunbar Reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base in the first, fly ball to left. Then had that triple and scored a run in the sixth. Only triple in the ball game for either team. 1-1. Now 1-2. There's a strikeout for Grams. It's just third of the game, but he gets the leadoff man, and that'll bring up number 3 hitter Wyatt Soderquist playing in left field. Soderquist retired 3 unassisted in the first, grounded out to third in the fourth. Had that RBI double in the sixth, and then retired trying to score what would have been the lead run. When the throw from the outfield came into third, went into foul territory, Soderquist tried to scamper home and was cut down. Strike one, now it was strike 2 for Soderquist here in the bottom of the eighth. Been a good ball game today. Well worth the wait. The Grams pitch outside, ball 1, 1-2. Logan Callis waiting on deck. He has a hit in 3 trips. Big swing and a miss. Second strikeout in a row. 2 outs, nobody aboard for Isanti here in the bottom of the eighth. That'll bring up Logan Callis. His hit came in the fourth. A couple of fly ball outs as well in the book for him today. Has Paul up high. Just above the letters there, 1-0. There's one down in the dirt, 2-0. Winner of this game will play next Saturday in Faribault at 1:30 against the winner of the Wilmer-Delano game, which will be played today in Waconia. It was scheduled to be the nightcap here in Dundas, but instead they'll play today in Waconia. This one hit high in the air and out of play. 2-2 now the count, 2 away, nobody aboard. Isanti in the bottom of the eighth. There's one hit toward third. Seth Schutte can't come up with it. That'll be the first error of the ball game, and that'll be on Seth Schutte over at third base. Just went between his legs. E5. And that'll bring up Blaze Hoagie, hitting in the number 5 hole, playing at third base. Grounded out to second in the second. Popped out to short in the fourth. Had a single in the sixth. Hoagie lines one to center. It's down for a hit. And now Isanti has a 2-out threat cooking here in the bottom of the eighth. After the error and now a single by Hoagie, that'll bring up Mason Voschel, the catcher. Voschel walked and scored in the fifth. 0 for 2 otherwise. He had a fly ball to center field in the second, a ground out to short in the sixth. His walk and run scored came in the fifth. Rams is going to stay in there. And here is Voschel. Check of the runner in the pitch. Outside ball 1, 1-0. Big spot obviously here. Isanti has a go-ahead run at second here in the bottom of the eighth inning. In Dundas, the pitch. There's a strike. 1-0. Rams gets it back. Toes the rudder, ready to go. 1-1. Curveball. Great pitch. 1-2. And now he's within a strike of getting out of the eighth. Voschel, the number 6 hitter in the Isanti order, calls time. Backside of there. Trying to slow Grams down, break his momentum. And why not? Here comes the 1-2. This one stroked in the air to center field, down for a hit. Ran up with it, runner around third, coming to the plate, and they got him. Catcher drops it, picks him up. They got him caught in the rundown. And they'll finally tag him out. Wow. Second hit of the inning. And Callis rounded third and got caught in the rundown between home and third base, and we are still tied at 2. How about that? We'll come back with the ninth in a moment here on NSPN.TV.
All season long, you've gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball and our hometowns. And on September 10th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Guardians at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the champions will be honored in a ceremony at Town Ball Tavern, and all Town Ballers will be invited down to the field for a special pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
Field scaling back, has it measured. That's it! Air Freight Unlimited, your Class A state champions.
For tickets to the Minnesota Twins Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 10th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
And the Class C state tournament opening game of the day is scheduled at 11 a.m. We actually got started today at 12:32. Torrential rain in the area, and we go to the top of the ninth inning. And Brownton will send the bottom third of their order to the plate. Taylor Schutte, Mason Clark, and Matt Schwichtenberg against Jimmy Scrock. Relief pitcher for Isanti. 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Brownton. Isanti, 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors. First pitch, swing and a miss. Schutte 0 for 3, 3 fly ball outs coming in the third, the fifth, and the sixth. We have time called. Clouds continue to thin out. Very heavy at the beginning of the ball game, like it might rain at any moment. It didn't. Breeze continues to blow in from left. We may even see a little sun at some point this afternoon here in Dundas. The 0 pitch on the way. Foul to the screen, 0-2. Four games were scheduled. We're scheduled to play 3 here. One of the games moved to Waconia, as we mentioned. Actually, a game from Faribault has been moved over to Waconia. 1-2 now the count to the leadoff man, Taylor Schutte. And now it's 2-2. High and tight, 3-2. Schutte trying to get aboard. Here's a chopper toward short. The whole ski throws him out. Good play. One away. That'll bring up Mason Clark, the catcher.
Catcher number 7, Mason Clark.
One error in the game that came in the last half inning. Here's Mason Clark, struck out in the third, had a single in the fifth, struck out again in the seventh. Big swing and a miss there for the Bruins catcher. 0-1 the count, one away, nobody aboard. A curveball hit foul out of play, up in his eyes. And now it's 0-2. Isanti will have the bottom third of their order up in the bottom of the ninth. This one hit in the air to center field. Zimprick on, makes a catch. High fly ball, way up there. Now there's 2 away, nobody aboard, and that'll bring up Matt Schwichtenberg. Schwichtenberg playing down at first. Popped out to left, had a single in the 5th, and then grounded out to 3rd in the 7th. He is 1 for 3 in the ball game. As Brownton trying to get a run on the board here. Grabbed the lead in the top of the 9th. There's strike 1. Jimmy Skrock. And another strike 0-2. Well, he's working quickly and getting ahead. Round out, pop out. The 0-2 pitch. Slap to left. Down for a hit. Goes the other way. And the Bruins go to the top of the order with 1 on and 2 away. And Seth Schutte had a single in the 1st, walked in the 4th, popped out in the 5th, struck out in the 7th. So their leadoff man, Seth Schutte, up for the Bruins. 7th hit of the game for Brownton. Wearing yellow in the pitch. Right back up the middle. Shortstop knocks it down, goes the short way, gets the runner. Good play by Tucholsky to shovel to Smith. So they get the lead runner, 6-4. That ends the threat. So Brownton gets a hit. They leave 1. And after 8.5, we're still tied at 2 here on NSPN.TV. So here we go to the bottom of the 9th inning for Isanti. Bottom third of the order, Tholen, Smith, and Zimprick. Ryan Graham's the Brownton starter. He's gone 8. 2 runs, 8 hits. 1 error behind him in the first pitch. Down low, ball 1, 1-0. Tholen 0 for 3. Couple of ground outs and a strikeout. That one gets by the catcher, doesn't matter. 2-0 now the count. Redbirds trying to pull out the win and punch their ticket to Labor Day weekend here in the State C. Big swing and a miss, 2-1. Winner once again plays the winner of Wilmer Delano. Here's one through the hole into left field, a base hit. That by Seth Schutte and Scott Finberg. And that is the leadoff single for Brett Tholen. That is the 9th hit of the game for Isanti. And now it's Ethan Smith playing at second base. Grounded out in the 3rd. Fly ball out to right in the 5th. Terrific play by Preve. Then walked in the 7th. This little grounder going foul. It's 0-1. Graham's off the mound quickly. Watched it go foul. And everybody will reset. Runner at first is Tholen, the right fielder. You'd assume pretty good speed over there. Kind of wonder if Isanti's got something cooking. Steve Allen, the manager. Runner goes. Throw down. In time. Throw wide of the bag, but there was a collision between second base, Taylor Schutte, and Brett Tholen, the runner. Both players are shaken up. Schutte grabbed it, and there was just a collision probably 5 feet off the bag. Tholen's out. 2-4. And it looks like everybody's going to be okay. Well, that erases the base runner, puts an out on the board, and leaves Smith at the plate looking at a 1-1 count. Clark's throw to the right field side of the bag was a terrific catch by Taylor Schutte, and he somehow got the tag on, and the base runner, Tholen, never got to second base. So we play on with nobody aboard and one away and a 1-1 count for the number 8 hitter, Ethan Smith, and the pitch. There's a curveball strike, now 1-2. It is the bottom of the ninth in the opener today here in Dundas. That 1-2 pitch toward first. Another 3-1 put out there. Nice job by Schwichtenberg. Fielded this position, fed the pitcher beautifully, Grams. And now 2 away, nobody aboard, and that'll bring up Tristan Zimprick, the center fielder. Got a walk. His single came in the 5th, reached on a fielder's choice in the 7th, and stole a base in the game. Zimprick trying to keep the bottom of the ninth alive here. Looks at ball 1 inside, 1-0. Outside, 2-0. 2 away, nobody aboard. Brownton grabbed a 1-0 lead in the 4th. Sandy tied it up in the bottom of the 5th. Brownton grabbed a 2-1 lead, top of the 6th. Isanti answered back, bottom of the 6th. We're still knotted at a couple here in the 9th. 3-0 pitch leads to an automatic strike, 3-1. Rams poured it in there. The umpire agreed. And now we're at 3-1. Down low on a walk. Comes with 2 outs. That'll be the 4th walk given up by my count by Ryan Grams. And we go to the top of the order. Joe Tucholsky. Well, here comes Tucholsky. And goes without saying what's on the line here. There's a strike. Tucholsky playing at shortstop. Throw over, runner dives back. Tucholsky from Feinsburg. Now it's 1-1. Tucholsky, left-handed batter. 1-1, skips away from the catcher. Runner's going to move in to scoring position. Couldn't handle it. And now the count is 2-1. Tucholsky on the year. 31 hits, 4 doubles, 2 triples. 17 RBI. Chance to win it here for Isanti. Here's a little chopper to the right side. Pitcher off the mound. It's going to tag him out. That'll do it. But Tucholsky barely got a piece of it, and Ryan Grams tags him out. 3 unassisted on the play. And we have played 9. And we're still tied at 2. Isanti No runs. A hit. They leave one. And we are still knotted at 2 here on NSPN.TV.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, a little tapper to the right side. Pitcher makes the play, goes to the plate, and he's safe. He was off the plate. They don't get the force play. An acrobatic play by the pitcher.
1 for 3 with a walk, a single, and an RBI, and he'll slice one down the left field line. It'll be a fair ball. It'll go to the corner. Geislinger with a 2-out RBI double and a 3 spot here in the bottom of the 8th inning for Watkins.
He sets the 1-0. Swung on, a line drive into center field, a base hit. Coming around third is Dolan. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is up the line, and Avon walks him off. An RBI single by Ryan Jansen.
Johnson, the runner at first, is kept, and a hard hit ball.
And we go to the 10th for Brownton in the top of the 10th. Preve, Finberg, and Rant. Ball 1. Jimmy Skrock pitching for Isanti. Played for North Branch this year, a draftee, and there's a strike 1-1. Took over with 2 outs in the 6th for starting pitcher TJ Wing. There's a swing and a miss. 1-2 now to count. The Bruins leadoff man here in the top of the 10th inning. Down in the dirt, 2-2. We got Stirring down in the bullpen on the Isanti side, well down the line. Try and get a number for you. This one upstairs. And the first base umpire says he didn't go. 2-2 the count. For Brownton, 2-7-1. For Isanti, 2-9-0. There's a swing and a miss and a strikeout. Strikeout number 4 for Scrott. 9th overall for Isanti. That'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Scott Finberg. Finberg has a hit. That was a double that came in the 4th. Walked in the 8th. Here's one towards second. Smith grabs it. Quickly 2 away here in the top of the 10th. That'll bring up Derek Rant. And at an RBI ground out in the 4th, a double and a run scored in the 6th. He also struck out twice today. Once in inning number 2 and once again in the 8th. Well, it's up to the cleanup hitter Rant with nobody aboard here in the top of the 10th inning. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Isanti will have 2, 3, and 4 up in their order in the bottom of the 10th. Scrock's pitch is sing 1-1. Very even ball game here in Dundas to get us started today. There's a strike. Drops head arm angle a little bit. 1-2. He's ready to go. 1-2 pitch. We're going to miss. Strikes out 2. Brownton goes down 1-2-3 here in the top of the 10th. We go to the bottom of the 10th. Still tied at 2 here on NSPN.TV.
moving on to the bottom of the 10th inning.
Here we go to the bottom of the 10th inning. Isanti and Brownton for the Redbirds. Dunbar, Soderquist, and Callis. Here's one towards short. Finberg gobbles it up. Goes and gets him. But Dunbar quickly retired. He had a triple and a run scored in the 6th. Now they'll bring up Wyatt Soderquist. And an RBI double in the 6th inning to tie the ball game at 2-2. That's where we stand at the moment. Wyatt Soderquist playing in left field. There's a good curveball strike. Ryan Graham, starter. He's pitched 9 1/3 so far. Been outstanding. There's another curveball, fouled out of play. Quickly 0-2 to Soderquist. Cleanup hitter Logan Callis waiting on deck. Rams has done a very nice job. 4 strikeouts, the only bugaboo, 4 walks in the game. There's one outside, 1-2. He continues to grind. There's one inside, 2-2. This one hit high in the air to right field in the ballpark over his Preve into foul territory. Can't get it. Into the bullpen area down the right field line. Well, Soderquist turned on it. And you could tell it didn't have a chance to go by the angle that Andy Preve took toward that ball. And the count is 2-2. One away, nobody aboard. Bottom of the 10th for the Isanti Redbirds. One swing of the bat ends it. 3:25 down the line, 3:53 to the power alley. Outside 3-2. 365 to dead center, but a high wall in center field, as you can see. Scoreboard in left center here in Dundas. 3-2 pitch. Got him. The strikeout of the game for Grams. And now that's going to bring up cleanup hitter Logan Callis. Had a single in the 4th. Reached on an error in the 8th. And then retired in a rundown between home and third to end the 8th inning. A wild play. Tried to score, which would have been the go-ahead run, but was cut down in that rundown between third and home. The 0-1 pitch on the way. Outside 1-1. This one smashed towards short. Knocked down by the shortstop Finberg. Can't do anything with it. That should be a hit. I'm going to even just, enough confidence to write it down. And that's an infield hit. Says Schutte couldn't cut it off. Scott Finberg tried to backhand in shallow left. That'll be the 10th hit of the game for Isanti. They have a runner at first with 2 out. The number 5 hitter Blaze Hoagie playing down at first base. He has 2 hits, 2 for 4 today. Singles in the 6th and the 8th. There's one away, ball 1, 1-0. Champlin Park leading Moorhead 12-7 in Measville. That game in the 7th in the Class B tournament. All the games on NSPN.TV, the Neighborhood Sports Network. Now 2-0 the count to Hoagie for the Isanti Redbirds. There's a strike, 2-1. 10th inning, opening game of the day. We got started just after 12:30 today. This one, little flare, just foul outside of third base, down the line. Seth Schutte gave chase, and now it's 2-2. High school sports underway, and NSPN.TV. Football begins in earnest this week around the state. We'll have football, volleyball, soccer here on NSPN.TV. There's a swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the inning for Grams. So Isanti gets a hit. They strand that runner. We have played 10 in Dundas. On to the 11th between Brownton and Isanti. Here on NSPN.TV.
All season long, you've gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball and our hometowns. And on September 10th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Guardians at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the champions will be honored in a ceremony at Town Ball Tavern, and all Town Ballers will be invited down to the field for a special pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
Field Scallon back, has it measured. That's it! Air Freight Unlimited, your Class A state champions.
For tickets to the Minnesota Twins Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 10th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Here we go to the top of the 11th inning. For the Brownton Bruins, Schultz, Grams, and Taylor Schutte. 5, 6, and 7 in that Bruins order. Big swing and a miss. Still out there, Jimmy Scrock for the Isanti Redbirds. It's a draftee. Played out of North Branch this season. 0-1 pitch. Chopped toward third. Callis grabs across the diamond in time. Big target over there, and Hoagie didn't have to reach much. 5-3 on the putout. One away, that'll bring up the pitcher Ryan Grams. Grams was the starter, went 10, and we might get a pinch hitter here for Brownton. Let's see how this plays out. But Graham's not in the on-deck circle. And now we have Doug Schutte, the Brownton manager, out to visit with the umpire, and we're going to get a pinch hitter. So Grams is going to leave the game. Alex Preve. So Andy Preve is the right fielder. This is Alex Preve for Grams. And there's a strike from Scrock. Alex Preve. And here's one hit in the air to right, coming on to make the catch is Solon. Had a good jump. Ran it down. Preve retired. That'll bring up Taylor Schutte playing at second base. Schutte 0 for 4. 3 pop outs and a ground out.
Now at second baseman, number 4, Taylor Schutte.
A good running catch there by Tholen. And this is Taylor Schutte. Upstairs 1-0. That one chopped foul, 1-1. Catcher Vauchel. Okay. Taylor Schutte digs back in, ready to go. Rock outside. 2-1 now the count. 2 outs, nobody aboard. Top of the 11th for Brownton. That's outside 3-1. Sun has popped out here in Dundas. That's inside, and he got a walk. Wasn't sure. So a 2-out walk for Schutte. Fifth walk given up today by Isanti pitching. Combo platter, a wink, and now Scrock. That'll bring up the catcher, Mason Clark. His single came in the 5th. He's 1 for 4. Struck out in the 3rd. Again in the 7th. Popped out to center in the 9th. Low and away, ball 1, 1-0. Throw over to first, not in time. Brownton 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Isanti 2 runs, now 10 hits, no errors. Brownton batting in the top of the 11th inning. Big swing and a miss by Clark. Out 2-1. A lot of people here in Dundas on this Sunday afternoon. There's a swing and a miss, 2-2. Clark frustrated, he came up empty there. Runner at first, 2 out. 2-2 the count. Jimmy Scrock's pitch hit high in the air, foul territory. First base coming over to the screen, no. Right over to the fence, just outside that Isanti dugout that goes out of play. Count rides along at 2-2, and now Clark has to tie his shoes. Just after 3 o'clock now. Two pitch. Outside, 3-2. Runs come in the middle inning. Brownton and Isanti, all the runs in the ball game in innings 4, 5, and 6. This one back to the screen, no crooked numbers. 3-2 the count. Little League World Series Championship game underway in Williamsport. Hawaii the lead there. This one upstairs and a walk. Back-to-back walks puts a lead run in scoring position for Brownton. And the number 9 hitter, Matt Schwichtenberg, will dig in. Schwichtenberg has a couple of hits today in 4 trips. Singles coming in the 5th and in the 9th. And now we have a meeting on the mound. Right back out there is Steve Allen, the Isanti manager, and he's going to go to the bullpen. We have got a pitching change here in Dundas in the top of the 11th inning. We'll be right back here on NSPN.TV.
PrepSpotlight.tv made history in 2020 by live streaming every game of the Town Ball State Tournament. History is happening again. PrepSpotlight.tv has been great, but it's becoming greater. Introducing NSPN.TV. The Neighborhood Sports Network launches this week with end-to-end coverage of a fantastic Minnesota sports tradition, Town Ball. See every game for a new fan-friendly monthly fee. Join for Town Ball State Tournament games, then stay for the high school and college seasons. NSPN.TV will provide subscribers with an abundant supply of local sports content, featuring live events called by local play-by-play professionals, comprehensive highlights, featured stories, weekly shows, documentaries, and video podcasts. Welcome to the neighborhood. NSPN.TV.
So here we are, James Green on. Third pitcher to work for Isanti in the game. Wink started. Scrock, now Green with runners at first and second. Taylor Schutte at second. Mason Clark at first. believe we had a courtesy runner come out for Clark, the catcher, for Brownton. And we did get a courtesy runner for Clark. Logan Schwichtenberg is going to be the runner down at first. Matt Schwichtenberg is going to bat. Runners at first and second. 2 out now. And here we are in the top of the 11th inning. 2-2 ball game. And here's Green. Checks the runner and delivers. Outside ball 1-0. He comes into the ball game and he's got to get it out. Keep it a 2-2 game. There's a strike. He pours it in 1-1. According to the official Isanti stats, hasn't pitched much, just 1 inning for Green. It comes in a big spot. Big lead out there at second, and then time is called. Taylor Schutte dancing around, well off second base. In front of the shortstop, Tucholsky. And now Green's ready. Again, sun's starting to pop out here in Dundas. That pitch up high. 2-1 now the count. Green hails from East Bethel. To 1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Green a big guy and let that one fly up in the zone. Wichtenberg, 2-2 the count, 2 on, 2 out. Top of the 11th for Brownton. And that pitch. Catcher couldn't believe it. Voschel, 3-2 now the count. He held that for a long time. And now a 3-2 pitch coming up with 2 out. Runner's obviously on the move. Big spot here. Green's pitch. Called out of play. And on that pitch, a little bit surprised that Taylor Schutte at second didn't get a bigger jump. You think he would have been flying off the base as soon as Green offered to the plate. We'll do it again. 3-2. 2 out. Runners at first and second. Top of the 11th. Here's Green, the pitch. Called strike 3. 11th strikeout for Isanti pitching by my count. And we go to the bottom of the 11th. Still tied at 2. Brownton and Isanti. Here from the Class C in Dundas. So Brownton pinch hit for Ryan Grams. Alex Preve pinch hit for them. But number 1 is still out there. Ryan Grams begins his 11th inning of work here in the Sunday at the Class C state tournament. Second game of the tournament for Brownton. They eliminated Gaylord weekend 1. Isanti playing their first game this weekend. And Mason Voschel, 6, 7, and 8 in this Isanti order, and it's strike 1. Voschel had a walk and a run scored in the 5th. Had a hit in the 8th. 1 for 3. There's a curveball smash, foul. 0-2 now the count to Voschel, the catcher for the Redbirds. Tholen and Smith What a job by Ryan Grams. Struck out 6, 2 came in the 10th. He has walked 4. He's had an error behind him. He's given up 2 runs on 10 hits. Curveball. Oh, didn't miss by much. That was a beauty. 1-2 now the count. Some of the grandstand umpires murmur a little bit. The 1-2. Down low, 2-2. From my vantage point, and I'm sitting just to the left of the camera where you're watching the game, here's one stroked in the air to right center field. It's tailing away from the center field. It's down and goes all the way to the fence. Ran up with it and lobs it in. And that is a leadoff double for Mason Vauchel. And the Isanti Redbirds are in business here in the bottom of the 11th. And the Brownton manager, Doug Schutte, is going to pop out. And this is probably going to be it for Ryan Grams, who goes 10-plus, gives up the leadoff double. How to bring up Brent Tholen to the plate. Tholen 1 for 4, his single coming in the 9th. And we can't guarantee this is the end of the line for Grams. And now the umpire is going to come out there and say, let's go. Two. Rams will stay in the game. Ryan Grams from Norwood Young America, giving up a leadoff double. And now it's Brent Tholen. It's again Tholen 1 for 4, single coming in the 9th. Check of the runner. They lay down a bunt. It's a good one off first base. They get the play. Schwichtenberg feeds Taylor Schutte. So Tholen on the 3-4 sacrifice moves the winning run over to third, and that's Vauchel. And now we got a pinch hitter here for Isanti. Ethan Smith was scheduled to bat. And now the pinch hitter is going to be Matt Duong. So Matt Duong's going to dig in. Duong with a runner at third and 1 out. Duong from Cambridge with a chance to win it. Runner heads home, and they got him caught between. Oh, they'll scamper back. Oh, it looked like they were trying to set up a squeeze play to win it, but there was no one covering third. So Vauchel is able to scamper back to third base. Duong, the batter. That could have been a disaster for Isanti. Duong back in there. 0-1 the count. 1 out. Runner at third. Bottom of the 11th. Graham still pitching. He'll step off. Duong, 17 hits, 3 doubles, 15 RBI this year, hitting .333. The pitch to Duong. Another bunt popped in the air. Well, foul. And now it's 0-2 to Duong with the winning run at third base. And for Grams and the catcher, Clark, a wild pitch could end the game. A lot of drama here in Dundas in game 1 of the day. In the 11th inning, Duong in an 0-2 hole. The runner at third is Vauchel. Grams delivers. Curveball. Hit foul. Count rides along at 0-2. Infield obviously in. Outfield playing in. 1-2 again. One away. Runner at third. 2-2 pitch. Or 0-2 pitch. This is hit in the air to right. Down for a hit. DeWong drives in the winner. And Isanti claims a hard-fought 3-2 victory in 11 innings. One goes the other way and drives in Vauchel from third. But the big hit, the Vauchel leadoff double, moved over by Tholen, sacrifice, and then DeWong pinch hitting for Ethan Smith, drives in the winner, and Isanti survives and advances, beating Brownton 3-2 in a terrific ball game. Isanti 3 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Brownton 2 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. And back to that bracket with the victory here today. Isanti advances to next Saturday in Faribault at 1:30, and they'll play the winner of Wilmer and Delano on the final weekend of the State C. Well, a big thanks all around to the folks here in Dundas and their hospitality, our camera operator Jake Loftus, our executive producer Andy Price. I am Steve Thompson. Once again, the final score in 11. Isanti beats Brownton 3-2 here on NSPN.TV.
Baseball. It's America's pastime and Minnesota's passion. The all-new Neighborhood Sports Network, in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association, brings you coverage of the 2022 State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Coverage of this great Minnesota tradition is proudly brought to you by The Urgency Room, fast, flexible care. McDonald's, owners and operators of Minnesota and Western Wisconsin. Find your golden opportunity at mcdonalds.com/careers. Xfinity, a better way to watch. Think Bank, meet your money. The Star Tribune, your home for the best prep coverage. And by the Minnesota Twins. Get tickets for Town Ball Night at Target Field on September 10th. Live coverage throughout the Town Ball tourney can be seen right here on the Neighborhood Sports Network. That's NSPN.TV. Welcome to the neighborhood. Now, let's get out to the ballpark.